moment is going to click in. And so I was like, I wanted to tell you, I had to run to the bathroom and floss because I was drinking like a pure spinach smoothie before we started, which
Pure spinach,
I can't, which I like can't think. Well, it was like milk and a banana and stuff. It wasn't.
You gotta have a banana
because that's what makes it silky smooth.
No, like you can't have a smoothie without a banana. Like anything else is optional, but not a banana.
Oh, absolutely. And it goes with pretty much everything that you would want to do in a smoothie anyway. I've told you about my parsley smoothies, right? That has a banana in it.
Like I said, anything as long as it has a banana.
All right, I want to...
Is a banana, an apple, and some spinach. I'm just like more green juice than a smoothie.
Green juice.
Green juice.
Okay, I published the link on this. Now I just need to Tumblr out the link. I always love that the beginning of this is just us like awkwardly futzing with technology.
Futz, that's the other one I wanted to know if I was allowed to use. Is Griffin behind you?
Griffin is behind me, yes. He's doing Griffin things.
He'd be a special guest star.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's great. He might like get up to get some water.
Everyone say hi to Griffin.
I'm like mostly blocking him. It's good. Game of Thrones, GOT Season 8. And let me actually blog it over to GOT Gifts and Musings. Since this
I can see his head. This is super exciting. Griffin watch.
You're coming to my wedding.
Not all our viewers are coming to your wedding, are they?
That's a good point. So can we put off talking about Game of Thrones by just saying very quickly if we like enjoyed the Crazy Ex-Girlfriend?
I thought we were going to put off even that by like talking briefly about our lives.
We can also talk briefly about our lives. Tell me
about your complain about these posters.
Seriously, that's what you want to talk about? Oh my God, Tris, you were like, yeah.
I have to mark all these posters, and like these posters made by grade 2s, and some of them were a little too creative, and they have like 3D elements and stuff on their posters, and it makes it really hard to carry it home on the subway.
Like sand?
Yeah, one of I didn't notice because like she and her sister, I have twins in my class. It's very exciting. They both put their posters in one little bag thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't notice the sand until I opened up the bag, and the sand went everywhere.
There's no good place to put this mug.
So yeah, your ACLU mug.
My ACLU, yeah. I normally drink out of my like, it's like a plastic tumbler that you'd get at a really cheap restaurant when they give you just a lot of Coca-Cola. And it holds 32 ounces, and that's what I normally drink water out of. But I've found that Griffin just picked his up back there. But I've found that on live streams, when I'm slopping like 32 ounces of water towards my face, it's like maybe not the best look to have. So I've tried to just go with my bigger mugs. So I've got the ACLU mug and then the Toronto mug you gave me. And those are my 2 big mugs that hold like at least 16 ounces.
I have my CrossFit water bottle.
Oh my God.
There's CrossFit on it.
Some things don't change. There's nothing I could talk about in my life that's not like my boss got fired and then I was doing his whole job for him anyway. But rather than like get his job, they're just like, oh, we're not even going to backfill. We think you're covering everything. It's great. And I'm like, okay. So I'm just going to gloss over that. Today was like the first warm, sunny weekend day.
Beautiful.
In Chicago. And I went for probably a 5-mile run. I'm not very fast. So I went for 55 minutes, something like that. And the Riverwalk is closed for improvements coming spring of 2019, which is now. So I don't know what that is, but I had to go to the lesser northern Riverwalk and go running there. And it's actually not lesser. I think it's pretty, but it doesn't connect to the lake. So I didn't get to run on the lakefront. And then I made the mistake of trying to run across the Michigan Bridge, and it's just like a horde of tourists.
Is that the one right by Trump Tower?
Yeah, it's by
Yeah, I think I walked across that when I was in Chicago, and you ditched me, so I went on a self-guiding walking tour.
Oh my God, I didn't ditch you. I like had to do family stuff. And it's the disabled bridge. It's actually not Michigan Avenue Bridge or whatever, but it's the big thick one that's like right there. You know, if you came back to Chicago, I could give you like a Kylie guided tour now.
I am coming back to Chicago, but you're probably going to be even busier.
I told Julia this, but I had this like dream that at my wedding, it was like 10 o'clock. And I was like, you know what? I'm so tired. I just have to go to bed. And I didn't thank anyone for coming. And then the next morning, everyone was like really mad at me for like not hanging out with them and not thanking them and all that. So that's my fear. It's funny though, because at work I was like requesting days off because I send my calendar in advance to like my director and stuff. And they're like, do you want a little bit more than a 3-day weekend for your wedding? And I was like, oh, do you think like a 4-day weekend? They're like, we were thinking like a week. I was like, but I'm only getting married on the one night. Yeah. So as of right now, I took the Friday.
My dad went to work on his wedding day.
Really?
Yeah, my mom was going to go to work because she had a cold.
I mean, if it's like a Friday night, like I don't see why not. The reason I'm taking the Friday before off is because I'm hoping that people can come in a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
So it's just easier. But yeah, I took the Monday off to like recover from having to talk to people.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a few months away. What's a week away, Julia?
No, we forgot about Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. We have to put this off more.
Okay, fine.
So,
did you
yesterday we watched the Crazy Ex-Girlfriend finale.
I watched it this morning, but sure.
Yeah, I also watched it this morning, but
why did you even?
I was trying to give the illusion that we're super current.
Yesterday, the Crazy Ex-Girlfriend finale aired, and for people who have cable and watch live things, that's when they would have watched it. But
yes,
I don't do such things.
No. I think we both liked it. We don't want to give away spoilers, so.
I mean, it seemed like it was pretty obviously headed in this trajectory, but even so, like the way they came to the resolution didn't feel trite and it didn't feel obvious, really. I mean, like it was like a foregone conclusion, but it wasn't like, oh, of course, or anything stupid. It was actually kind of organic how she came to her decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to give away anything, but
I was a little disappointed that there wasn't like a completely new musical number. Like they had the like mush of many reprises in the sort of
yeah, you're getting upset with the reprises, if I recall.
Well, I just think it was a little heavy on it, and I think for the last episode, just give us an original number. Love's Not a Game was so good the week before, so you know I didn't really. Like the Rebecca's reprise that she sings at the end of season 2, it kind of felt like she was singing that again a little bit, where it was just like a bunch of different like songs coming together. And I guess it makes sense in the context of the episode. I just wish there had been like one more.
Yeah, and we finally get the question answered. Are the songs didactic or not?
Yeah.
No spoilers. But like the one thing I was like kind of struck by is like how many characters had like actual very meaningful arcs.
I was like getting very emotional about Greg's arc.
You weren't?
I was.
You were?
Yeah.
I'm more about Paula's arc, I think.
I love Paula's arc.
And Nathaniel. I like Nathaniel.
I'm just not into Nathaniel.
I'm not that into Greg, so there we go.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I mean, Greg is totally your type, and Nathaniel is totally my type. So,
yeah, like if I were Rebecca, I would have picked Greg. I don't think Rebecca and Greg are very well suited, though. He's just not. He's not like bubbly enough. She's a very like happy person. I think she's the best suited to Josh, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, he like gets her.
Okay. I mean, like, I kind of suspected from about the middle of this season that this show is actually about Rebecca Bunch turning into Rachel Bloom, but, you know.
I don't know about that. All right. We have to talk about Game of Thrones. It's in a week.
Yeah, I know. I put it in my calendar thing.
So, as of right now, the plan is that we'll have reviews, we'll have a weekly podcast, and we'll have, of course, the live blog as the episode's airing.
Yeah.
There might be
figure out HBO again.
We kind of wanted to leave the essay pieces open to whoever might be inspired by the episode among our contributors. So that can't be a guarantee. It could even be me churning something out depending on my workload. Or it could be nothing. It just depends on the episode. So, but we didn't want to like assign anyone to it because like how many angles are there going to be on some of these episodes? And but we're also hoping to do the same thing where we have guests on our podcast. Maybe not for the first one, but maybe for the others. I think
it's going to be Yumi and Caroline, right?
Oh yeah. Caroline's definitely back. She's committed.
Caroline doesn't have to like save anyone from falsely being accused of murder.
I think she has to do the best she can with someone who is not falsely accused, but she definitely has an ongoing trial.
I'm trying to paint her as a heroic public defender.
She is a public defender, and that's very heroic. But a lot of the clients are guilty. Like there's no spinning it. But she's very like calm about it all. She's just like, I mean, they have him on videotape, so I'm trying to now make the argument that it's too obvious to have been him. Like, okay. Which apparently is successful with some jurors. But she's gonna be doing a trial during it, but she says that's what she did during season 7, so it shouldn't be an issue. And then I don't have to visit any brand new babies during this season, so that should be a little bit better. So there won't be any
growing.
Oh my God.
She's no longer a brand new baby. Now she's like a little person.
So she knows my name, kind of. She can't really say Kylie. She could say Kai Key, but she says it fast. And it sounds like she's saying Kaiki, which is not great. But she's very cute. And basically she associates like my sister's phone like with potential to talk to Kaiki. Because that's how we communicate because we're in 2 different states. So every time like I answer the like Hangouts call, she's just going Kaiki. But she's great. My sister called me when I was putting makeup on.
You put on makeup?
I'm not wearing makeup right now, but I wear makeup to work. Just like the bare minimum, like eyeliner, like one thing of eyeliner and like make mascara at the end. Like just kind of makes me look a little more awake than right now. Yeah, but she has mimicked everything my sister's done, and my sister's like very, very girly, so spends like 25 minutes on makeup every day probably. And she like has a purse that she got from Target, my niece, and she'll like run everywhere with it. But when she saw me doing makeup, she got really excited and then started like mimicking the motion of me doing makeup. And then I was like brushing my hair and she was just going like, it's wonderful. I love it.
She doesn't have hair yet, does she?
She has like, I call it Sweeney Todd hair because it kind of like sticks out in that way, and it looks quite a lot like George Hearn and Len Carey's like weird style wig.
Yeah, my son didn't have hair until he was like 2.5, and then his head kind of exploded.
Well, she had like the George Costanza bald patch for a really long time. Unfortunately, that's gone. She now has like a pretty respectable mullet. And when my sister wants, she can pull it into a ponytail, but like, you know, she's a baby and she'll pull it out. But she's adorable. She visited me for my birthday a couple weeks ago, and then I'm going home again at the end of April to see her. So very excited. She's always the best.
Yeah, she's very sweet. She's kind of an Instagram star too.
Maybe we'll that's a little hard to do given it's a private account. You have to ask my sister's permission to follow it.
No, but like she acts like an Instagram star. Oh
my God, yeah. Well, because she does like the sunglasses in the purse and like poses. Yeah. It's great. I just like that she totally imitates my sister. My sister's just this like hassled single mom. So I was like throwing things into a bag and going like, okay, bye-bye, like running out the door. So that's what my niece does now too. When she's like trying to leave, she just grabs a purse and goes, bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. If you hand her anything that looks like a phone, she'll talk on it. But she always says the same thing. It's like, hably blue blah. And you're like, what? It's like always the same. Anyway, she's more interesting to talk about the Game of Thrones. So apologies if we have any viewers right now that were like, let's get to the good stuff.
Okay. So, yeah. So that's what we're going to do. That's our plan. podcast
make
review.
It's a bingo.
And now we're gonna make a bingo board. Okay.
So
first, the center square.
Mm-hmm. It's too dark, right?
Yes, it's too dark.
I mean,
what I wrote.
I feel like that's even for a free. Well, the idea of the center square is that no matter what, you're definitely hitting it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Too dark to see anything, because that's just going to be a constant every episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
The only other thing I could think, but you know what? That's not a center square one. But I was going to just say the word cock.
Okay, that's a square.
Wait, how do I put it? Or do I just make the squares and then we randomize it later?
Yeah, just make the squares.
Okay.
And then we randomize it later.
Someone
we're gonna change it for every episode, right?
Says cock.
Perfect. Okay, so my first
or should we make that more specific to I don't know.
I think someone is fine.
Huh?
I think someone is fine.
Because I thought this was going to span the whole season, but we
can't. Well, like Braun might not be in every episode.
But someone will say cock. Sandor can pick up the slack.
That's true. Sandor can't pick up the slack. So someone's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my first suggestion is a eunuch joke.
It's on the same vein.
Yeah.
But there's so many eunuchs to pick from this year, I feel like it's a little bit inevitable. So I'll write it down. But I feel like we might want to go with something. Maybe we'll get rid of mine, because eunuch joke is a little less specific. Okay. What's the I wanted to do one for Arya. That was like
I have Arya smirks.
Arya smirks? That's terrible. I'm putting it. Because like
when I stupid evil smirk she does. I hate it. The one where you just want to punch Maisie Williams in the face. You know, I finally watched some Doctor Who episodes from the Peter Capaldi era. Mm-hmm. And there's like, she's like in a bunch, Maisie Williams, and she's like a totally different person. Like she can act and stuff. It's so weird.
So are we cheating a little bit because we've read spoilers?
No, everyone's read the spoilers.
The spoilers we read was like an episode 1 synopsis, which we called Dany and Sansa being catty with each other anyway. Like, yeah, we've been saying that since last year. So yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
I have that two women have an antagonistic conversation.
Okay, 2 women antagonistic. I'm going to do... Oh, wait, this was in the trailer. We can't use it. Damn it.
What?
I was going to do Cheryl cries, but it's in the trailer, so we can't use it. How about
Cheryl is reasonable?
But she's reasonable all the time. Sometimes it's hard to say if it's reasonable until like after the fact. True. Cheryl drinks wine.
Okay.
I mean, that's just like her thing.
Yeah. About the antagonism thingy. Yeah. I was thinking about it randomly when I was watching.
Can I just write down poor Cheryl? How about that?
Poor Cheryl? Okay.
Yeah.
I was watching Star Trek Discovery. And they had good? It's has its flaws. It's kind of something that you love despite its flaws, you know, because you love Star Trek, something like that. But yeah, they had like 2 women having a non-antagonistic conversation in like a situation where like a little bit antagonism would have been justified, but they just like kind of shook hands and made up. And you're like, okay, I'm so confused by this. Like, I remember I watched this show once where like the husband comes home and his wife is there and she asks him what's wrong and he like tells her and they have a conversation. I was so confused by it because you never actually see that on TV. Like you never see an actual healthy marriage on TV.
Well, Schitt's Creek, they have a healthy marriage. It's just a little out of touch, but they seem happy with each other.
Yeah. Does her wardrobe get any more reasonable as the season?
No. Okay. And it's great too because what's his face? Oh my God, I'm blanking on his name now. The actor who plays David, who is the showrunner. Daniel. It's Dave Levy. Yeah. So he like actually shops for some of this shit on eBay. So there's like this one ridiculous piece that he has, and it looks like he has like an ostrich hair mohawk on a hoodie. This is an actual shirt. Yeah. Anyway, poor Cheryl.
Poor Cheryl. Okay. If we have poor Cheryl, we need to have Larry face. Oh, Larry.
Oh, Larry face.
Yeah.
That can be a little bit ineffable, but maybe just like Larry dunks up.
Yeah, but just like, just like that face that Larry has, or he's like kind of sad.
Yeah.
Okay. And like, the camera like switches to him and he just kind of looks sad.
Do we think he's killing Cheryl?
Well, you think that everybody thinks that he's going to kill her in the books, so.
Yeah.
Because he's the Valonqar.
But that doesn't mean anything about the show.
That's why people are suggesting that.
No, I'm saying, do you think they're going to have Larry kill Cheryl?
No.
Interesting. So who will kill Cheryl?
Oh, maybe she'll blow up.
Thematic.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we have...
Like Bunbury in The Importance of Being Earnest. She just exploded one day.
We can't do like shaky cam. That would be too much. And battle specific.
Yeah, that's a little too battle specific. But
anything for John?
Huh?
Anything for John?
All I have is forced boat sex romance moment for that.
Forced boat sex romance.
Related to that, I have Deadpan's hair fails to move.
Deadpan's hair fails to move. Black shoulder pads. That would be a free space.
I don't know. I think we should have something for John.
Oh, season 1 callback.
Yeah. It has to be season 1 or could it be any season?
Season 1. How about 1 or 2 if we want to be more gentle?
I mean, because I have one that's just a Ned reference. Is any Ned reference a season 1 callback?
No, like it wasn't a callback when they said that he was dishonorable for Howland stabbing the swords of the morning.
Swords of the morning.
Like,
I'm not over it.
Why? Why did they make and like the focus on Dawn? That's what I can't.
Yeah, I know.
It's one of the weirder decisions. I've at least come around on like, okay, the red Arbor Gold was because they were trying to be like, it's poisoned wine. Like I can accept at least that choice. I can't accept any choice surrounding Dawn. There's an emoji on his pommel. My God, remind me to always dry my hair before I go on the live stream. It's starting to drive me insane.
Okay. So we're gonna have both the callback and the Ned reference then?
Can we say like Ned reference or like Ned retcon?
I mean, was his slow clap moment a retcon?
Yes. Well, no, I guess it was just an off-screen story we didn't know about. So just Ned mention.
Okay.
Ned's story. How about that?
Ned's story. Okay.
My father always said, anything before the word "but" is horseshit. Of course, he never swore around you.
Okay, and the callback to the early seasons.
I'll say season 1/2 callback.
All right.
Apparently, Maisie Williams actually confirmed, like, you're gonna want to bone up on your season 1 knowledge. It's like, we know they've kind of. Oh, do you want to do like a aped from Lord of the Rings or something?
Lord of the Rings reference? Okay.
LOTR stolen idea. I'm just saying. Remember when it was like, what was that? It was season 6 where it was really bad.
Yeah.
It was like the Leaves of Lorien, and then there's like that shot of I think it was still Dario and Jorah looking into the camp, and it was exactly Frodo and Sam looking into Mordor.
I remember. Okay, so speaking of the Lord of the Rings movies, the title of the episode is somehow mentioned within the episode.
So inverse episode title. So what's your favorite example of that has happened so far?
Mother's Mercy.
Okay, really? That's your favorite?
Or maybe that like Book of the Stranger reference. It's just like, okay.
I'm still thinking of Kill the Boy when Eamon just like says it.
Yeah.
So it's like, do whatever the shit you want, John. Kill the boy. I don't care.
That's totally what he meant when he said it to Egg. Do whatever the shit you want.
My favorite, this wasn't actually an episode title though, but my favorite like awkward, let's shoehorn in this phrase was when Ramsay said a feast for the crows.
Oh yeah. Okay, so like, book reference.
Book, oh really? Okay.
Yeah.
We should call it like book nod. Like
book nod, okay. Book
or
nod.
wink. That's what they always say. But yeah, fine references, okay.
A wink to fans of the books.
I just love when that happens where it's like
that article that you recently blogged on Tumblr is just something else.
The one where it's like Martin loves Game of Thrones so much that he's gonna put it in his books.
Well, like usually the people who write the headlines are the people who actually write the articles. So the article was just like, he's changed things since they wrote the last book. Basically, like his plans have changed.
The headline doesn't even come close. Like
no, not even a little.
No.
And the headline implies that he's taken ideas from the show, which is not what he said at all.
No, he was just like, yeah, things have changed in 5 years.
Like the one thing that I can think of that he said he's changed because of the show is that he's going to make Osha a little bit more prominent because he likes Neela What's-Her-Face's performances so much.
Tenna
something, right?
Natalie Tenya? Is that her?
I think so.
Tonks,
yeah. Well, he likes her performance so much that he's going to expand her role a little bit. That's the only time I can think of him saying he's changed something because of the show.
Okay, yeah. I think that's fair.
Yeah. I could be wrong. I could be missing something, but yeah, most of the times when he talks about the books, it's like to talk about the show is to be like, this isn't my fault.
The hot takes that are going to come as a result of like, I guess Aegon won't matter in the books then. Like, can you think about how many hot takes we're going to get?
Well, it depends what matters means. So, yeah, that's why I'm just not going to go on the Westeros.org forum until Winds of Winter comes out.
We have 2 potential pregnancies this season, don't we? Because Cheryl is still pregnant, right?
Apparently, yes.
Like, I don't really want to make that a big tile. I'm just pointing out that Cheryl is pregnant with a fairy bomb. And then
Deadpan's probably going to be pregnant.
I'm sure she's going to be pregnant.
Yeah. I mean, I heard some completely unsubstantiated rumors that about Deadpan's pregnancy in the end of the show. So
what?
That basically she's
Spoilers.
that like she's like the fetus is like the magic thing. Like the dying of the fetus is the magic thing that happens. I don't know.
What?
Yeah, like I don't remember. This was quite a long time ago, but like that like she like sacrifices herself while she's still pregnant, and like it's the fetus dying that does whatever magic happens. I don't know.
Okay.
It was like 6 months ago, and I only skimmed it because it was too depressing. So
I actually heard something else about fetus.
Yeah, what did you hear about fetus?
That she gives. Well, it's not fetus, just that she gives birth as the Night King dies.
Okay. I mean, they had sex as the wall came down, so why not? Remember when that was an unsubstantiated rumor? Remember those days?
All right, let's have one for Tyrion.
Tyrion, I have someone as mean to Tyrion.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
Because like Tyrion is right about something isn't really gonna.
Yeah, well, that's a freebie. Yeah, just like somebody says something ableist to him, or like Tyrion is witty, something like that.
What is Harry Strickland gonna be like? Like, I'm so confused by the fucking Golden Company.
I mean, that's a book nod, I think.
Little fun wink.
Yeah.
And they all wear golden hats.
They all wear golden hats?
Yeah, did you see the trailer? They like have matching golden helmets.
I don't remember.
Which is really what a sellsword group would look like.
Yeah.
So good call there.
Related to people being mean to Tyrion, Sansa totally being right and nobody listening to her. How can we make that a square?
No one listens to Sansa. But she's right. They hate her because she speaks the truth.
So we need one for Bran. What can Bran do?
I mean, I think he's gonna end up skin changing into a dragon, but that seems like that's not a good episode bingo thing. Maybe Bran doesn't emote around a family member.
Bran speaks in robot voice.
Bran, robot. So is Mira just like gone?
Yeah.
She's just like, I'm back at...
Maybe she'll be back for the battle or something. I don't know.
Battle of Helm's Deep? Where the women and children and Varys are in the crypts?
Yeah. Well, he's a eunuch. He can't fight. There's no such thing as eunuch soldiers in this universe.
Oh my god.
Royce's breastplate deserves a square, I think.
I saw this one thing of like Sansa wearing a breastplate, and I'm like, oh, Royce has rubbed off on her.
But is it covered in leather?
It doesn't look it. Royce wears breastplate.
How many more do we need?
7.
Okay.
Oh god, this is hard.
Davos is folksy.
I mean, that's not fair. That's like literally all of his lines.
Well, sometimes he's just like expositions.
Theon saves Yara. I don't think should be anything because, like, again, like we're talking episodes.
Euron mentions Theon.
Oh, you know what? I wanted to do like someone walks across the screen.
Okay.
Like with nothing else happening.
Yeah.
Because the first episode is 52 minutes.
Walking in silence.
The screen, nothing else. Because the first episode is 52 minutes, and I'm 100% certain it's going to be one of those, like, we're really struggling to get to the 50-minute mark. So let's, like, really draw everything out, because I don't think they have any story to tell beyond the battles.
So we don't want anything for Davos?
I just don't know what it would be. Like, Davos stands Jon.
What about somebody drops G's when they speak?
Davos drops G's.
Is it just Davos? Because Bronn does that too. So does Jon sometimes.
But Davos is funniest. Yeah, Jon can't pronounce G's, but I like Davos. Okay, fine. Davos is folksy. Fine. Give it to you. How many characters are left?
Sam.
Sam. Well, he stopped mentioning killing a White Walker and a Thenn every 4 minutes. So I don't know if he's going to like reinstate that.
Or maybe does he still talk about sex a lot? I mean, his season 7 stuff was so stupid. He went to Hogwarts. And then he quit Hogwarts.
To be fair to Sam, he didn't talk about sex in season 6 or 7.
He didn't talk about it in season 6?
No, he went to dinner.
Oh.
Which is not... He went to dinner and then he looked at the library.
Oh.
Which is not significantly better.
I guess he stopped talking about sex and he started having it.
Yeah. He's sated, so he's fine.
Yeah, okay. Oh, I haven't checked the comments for like ever.
What? That was your one job.
I know.
Okay. Let's go.
So, Anchu wants to know where you get your manga/anime recommendations from.
That guy. It's pretty much just like what Griffin has watched that he likes. we just watched Mob Psycho 100 and it just finished up season 2 and I really, really recommend that one. I know that I've been sticking to mostly like one type of anime, I think. Like it's been more action-y and I'm definitely open to other things. But for right now, we were just kind of going through like what Griffin enjoyed in the past. We tried to watch Psycho-Pass, but it was a little too much for me. A little too gory, a little too heavy. Yeah, I was like having nightmares about it. It was just like
the heavy people that are watching, if you have suggestions for squares, come at it.
Yeah, now Julia's checking comments, so sorry.
There's only one that I missed. Don't be mean. Okay. So we've gone through all the ones that I had written down.
Okay, so we need to think of more characters. Or
we don't have anything about sex yet at all, but there's not that many sex workers anymore.
Are there going to be like Grey Worm and Missandei? Maybe, I don't know. But they didn't even get a reunion last year, so I don't know.
It's not important.
Apparently not. God, I feel like we're missing. I'm trying to think of our retrospectives. Anything with the Greyjoys, like anything with Euron. Should we just do like Euron's magically appearing fleet?
Or no, maybe like Euron mentions Theon because he likes to.
Mentions Theon. Okay. I think that's fine. Or like he calls him a twat or something.
Calls him a twat. He mentions that he has a penis.
Caroline was asking if we're like gonna see Ilaria again. I'm like, no.
No, got it. Yeah. I wouldn't be terribly shocked if we did, but I don't think so.
Yeah, it wouldn't be like oh my god, where did this come from?
Mm-hmm.
The final shot of the season, we zoom out, we go to Dorne, and there we see ruling Elia Uller. Princess. Oh my god, I just am thinking about Hota dying again now. Okay. Like the tiniest dagger.
It's got insta poison on it. Can we have like something about like world building that is
to stick dragon glass into something and it does something?
No, like world building that is hilarious if you're a book reader. Like Bravo's slave trade, for example. Or the Golden Company fighting for Lannisters against Targaryens.
Yeah, like backwards world building from a Song of Ice and Fire is the only thing I can think.
I'm not sure if that's the best way to phrase it.
I don't really know how to phrase this one because I know exactly what you mean. Because we're gonna get like, I actually had an ask. Hold on.
Wow, that bottle of Advil is very prominent in the shot. Yeah, I have a giant bottle of Advil. I get migraines, but.
I mean, I have a giant bottle of ibuprofen around too. It's just not in shot. I don't even. Instead, we've got like, yeah, just Griffin's computer screen is probably the only thing that might be of interest in the background. I'm building myself a computer, or rather, I'm watching Griffin build me a computer this weekend, and all like half the parts arrived. We still need to have the CPU cooling, 2 fans, and the solid state drive. So we like just off camera is a bunch of like computer parts.
Cool. I have these 2.
Oh my god. I can't believe you kept that. I don't have anything called.
I need to put some blue tack on the bottle of Cheryl because she's so top heavy. Like every time like the desk moves a little bit, she topples over. So I'm gonna get some blue tack. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually don't have any fun desk toys over here because I put all my desk toys in my bedroom. I've got Lego Batwoman right here. Griffin and I have assembled it. Are they kissing? Are Larry and Cheryl kissing? You know the OTP broke up, right? Good God. Anyway.
She has a very prominent wedding ring, see?
We have 4 more. We are so close.
How many do we need?
4?
4.
Because I just said that.
I know, but I didn't hear you because I was making kissing noises.
I mean, if we want to keep this for the episode, we could just do ones that are more battle specific, and then when they get randomized, like it's just sometimes you'll get lucky, sometimes you won't. That's the idea of bingo, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Because we could do like I don't know, shaky cam or like we had the Lord of the Rings references already. Tracking shot. They're fans of their tracking shots.
Well, they're expensive, so.
Ghost. Anything with Ghost? Like, will he be around?
Yeah. Okay. I approve of that.
Right. I had a Tumblr ask that was like, there's alleged spoilers for all of season 8. And it was like, yeah, Dany gives birth while the Night King dies is where that came from. Tyrion gets resurrected and reborn. Gendry is actually Cersei and Robert's kid, which I want.
We had a suggestion from Ongchu. Gendry looking hot.
Okay, yeah. Like his muscles will be shimmering. They always do that with him. They like just take a water bottle, like spray his biceps, and then they're like, all right, go, son.
Probably do. They probably do.
Although, I don't know. He's the fastest runner up north, so I guess he'll be in furs or whatever. I keep thinking about the Dothraki winter outfit where they just like took fur and were like, it's in our belt.
Subtitles.
Subtitles? Okay. Something will be spoken in something, right?
Yeah. I wonder if the Golden Company speaks if they'll have like the backstory where they're like Westerosi exiles.
Well, part of that ask was Blackfire, like Golden Company Blackfire stuff. And I'm like, this is where I think these spoilers are inaccurate because I don't think.
Well, it depends. Like if they might just have like a passing kind of thingy, like, oh, the Golden Company were like this thing from this failed rebellion or something like that.
So it's another emoji on the pommel. Like, what does that add? Is Dawn going to come back into play? Like,
I still don't understand why Obsidian can kill whites, so don't ask me.
I love Obsidian on the show. You just plunge it into stuff and it does whatever effect you want it to do. It can create White Walkers. It can cure White Walkers. Like, what? I love it. Is there dragon glass at Dragonstone? I mean, do you think the final fight? Do you think Caroline's right that the final fight's going to be in like the throne room?
Sure. I mean, why not?
Or like Cheryl's Landing in particular.
Well, it seems like this is kind of shocking to me. It seems like they're going to have a battle up north in like the second episode, and then the rest of the season would be like stuff south, which I think is weird. Or unless they lose the battle.
Yeah. I think they have to lose the battle. Like I do, and the women and children will make for the mountain passes or whatever, and then like.
Maybe they like win, but enough of them escape that there's still a problem or something.
Well, that's what Caroline was saying, is that like she feels as though the Army of the Dead has to make it down to Cheryl's Landing, which would only take like 3 minutes based on how far apart those are. They're already past the wall. Like they're already there. Mel did that trip in a day.
Yeah.
And the Night King is on a dragon.
And we know that dragons can run from fly from Dragonstone in like a couple hours after a raven has flown all the way down there already.
Do you want to do something like non-fire, non-obsidian weapons kill whites?
Okay.
Like smashing whites kills them.
Yeah. Whites die for no reason.
Whites die from normal weapons. I'll fine tune it. Okay, one more. We have one more.
We don't have any sex?
No.
We just put sex every time someone has sex.
Was there a lot of sex last season other than boat sex, which was, the sex to end all sex, but
no, but we can still put on the board.
You know what? Someone was like, Euron and Cersei have sex, so yeah. Sex.
I can't see that, sweetie.
It's
ooh, sex.
Yeah, here's my smaller bingo board I couldn't fit everything on.
Okay, so let's read them all back, Kylie.
Okay, got it. Hold on. Amazon is texting me. Thank you. And my mom's texting me. I don't know. She's making a cake for a shower that she's throwing for me, and she's like all about making really good looking icing. So she's just like texting me pictures of her piping icing. Like, okay. Anyway, someone says cock. Oh, this is right. Okay. Right, we might want one more because we have someone says cock. The next one is eunuch joke. And I think we could drop one of those. We could probably drop someone says cock because that's just like inevitable. It's like someone saying fuck.
Just because it's inevitable to me, we shouldn't have it on the Biggle board. That's the joke.
Maybe, like, you know what I really want to do, and I don't know how to phrase this? You know when D&D do that thing where they write dialogue? We could do conversation.
Conversation, yeah. I'm surprised we don't have conversation. So take out eunuch joke and put conversation.
Oh, okay. I was going to do someone says, I was going to take out someone says cock and put conversation.
Wow, controversy. Something we don't agree on.
I want to keep eunuch joke because there's like multiple ways the eunuch joke can come up.
Okay.
Eunuch joke. Okay. Because what I was going to say is when D&D do that thing where they write dialogue and someone says one word and then that word gets repeated back and forth, like, I'm an idiot. Well, you're the bigger idiot. So is one idiot to another idiot. You're like...
Remember how they're going to be directing the finale?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, why the fuck not?
Do they have any directing experience?
No.
Oh.
No, they do not. But they've written the best show on television, so... Okay, so, sorry. Non-versation, eunuch joke. Arya smirks. Two women are antagonistic. Poor Cheryl. Oh, Larry face. Forced hashtag boat sex romance moment. So first forced romance between John and Danny.
Yeah.
Deadpan's hair fails to move. Season 1 or 2 callback. Ned story. Stolen idea from Lord of the Rings. Inverse episode title spoken. I bet someone's gonna say A Dream of Spring.
Oh, for sure.
The free space is too dark to see anything. Book reference. Someone is mean to Tyrion. No one listens to Sansa, but she's right. Bran robot voice. Royce wears breastplate. Someone walks across the screen with nothing else happening. Davos is folksy. Euron mentions Theon. Gendry looking hot. Subtitles. Whites die from normal weapons and sex.
Sex. Okay.
Sexy sex. All right. That's a Rachel Bloom song.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we did it. Mission accomplished. We did it with 10 minutes to spare. Should we talk about season 8? Otherwise,
what's there to talk about? I mean, in 6 weeks it will be over, or in 7 weeks rather, it will be over, and we will celebrate. There will be much rejoicing.
Much rejoicing. Yeah, I mean, I think that I guess I'm in Central Time now, so it's a little bit better for me. But like the fact that these episodes are going to be like 90 minutes in the middle of the season, that's so much Game of Thrones, and I'm also definitely at that point where I'm like a Grinch about any time I see the actors mentioned on Twitter or like every reference in every other TV show.
So just like a lot of times when it like something Game of Thrones shows up on my suggestions, I'll like on YouTube, I'll put not interested, but like they're on everything. Like they're on like, you know, Colbert. And I don't want to say not interested because I like Colbert. I just don't like when he fucking talks about Game of Thrones all the time.
Right. Exactly. And Donna is always messaging me that because she like watches Overwatch streams and stuff, and then someone will make a reference and she's like, I thought this was a safe place. No, there's no safe places whatsoever. What's kind of interesting though is that no one at my office watches it.
Good.
Like no one cares. But they also like none of them play video games. Like I was talking about a Nintendo Switch and none of them had heard of it.
Never heard of it?
Yeah, they're like, what's a Switch? I'm like,
that's weird. Not having heard of it is weird, even if you never played it.
Yeah, and then they're like, you shouldn't play video games because then you'll have time to read books, which is fair. But I would have just thought one other person at my company would have played video games. I don't know why that came up.
Lots of people play video games. Lots of people play video games.
That's true. Well, in the last 10 minutes, I can talk about how great Schitt's Creek is.
Okay, I haven't even finished the first episode yet. I've finished the first episode. I haven't finished the first season.
The first episode,
but, like you and Gretchen are both raving about it. So,
well, like honestly, the first episode's kind of weak, but like by episode 4 or 5, you're like, oh my god, I need more of this.
But I got you watching Dairy Girls.
I am watching Dairy Girls, yes, and Barristan Selmy.
Is it hysterical?
It's amazing because it's Always Sunny, but with like dipshit teens in, you know, Derry, Ireland. And then like everything they say is just, I love all the phrases. Just like the episode where they're like, there's a lesbian at the school. It's a wee lesbian because everything's like how the Irish say it. It's just great. I love the whole thing.
And Barry the Scary's in it, and he's always holding the baby.
I love Barry the Scary, and he like just hates the dad for no reason whatsoever. It's like, you're a waste of space. Like, what?
And Sister Michael is awesome.
Sister Michael's amazing. She gets better in season 2. Strongly recommend Dairy Girls.
Yeah.
What did I just finish? Yeah, I just finished watching Schitt's Creek because I got the 5th season. I mean, there's one episode left to air still. But Griffin and I actually had just gone to Florida for a trip, and we were watching it on the flight home, and the flight attendant like tapped me, and I was like, oh God, what am I doing wrong? And she's like, great show. I need the 5th season to come out though. So then I was like, oh no, it's on like Pop TV for America. If you have a cable login, you can watch the episodes. So it was a nice moment. Oh, on the flight over to Florida, we watched Civil War, which I hadn't seen, the Marvel movie. I hadn't watched it yet.
No, you haven't?
There's a lot that I just like didn't care about, so I didn't watch. I mean, I wasn't exactly lost or anything when it came to Infinity War. I was just like, I don't like Thanos. I guess some of that context would have helped a little bit with the dynamics among the Avengers, or like, why does Steve Rogers have a new shield? But I also find that I care very little about a good amount of the MCU, so it was fine. But you know, Civil War was like, it was good. Like, it was very entertaining. You know, I wasn't. Wait, did you just leave? Julia just drop? Dear, I see you, but you're muted and your camera's off. Babe. There we go. What happened? Nope, you're muted. Now you're unmuted.
I can't hear you, by the way. Something happened.
I'm talking.
My thing went off.
Yeah. Can you hear me yet? I am the talking.
I can't hear you.
I don't really know what to do about that. I haven't changed anything. Oh my God. I'll just keep monologuing. It was a very enjoyable movie, that Civil War. But
oh, I can hear you.
You can hear me. I was just monologuing about how Civil War is enjoyable. Like, I didn't even notice the plane flight time passing. It was like, oh my God, we're already entering our descent. Okay. However, when you like look back at it, you're like, I'm not really sure why people did the things that they did.
Because they were having a disagreement about stuff, and it just got out of hand.
I guess.
It really got out of hand.
It just didn't seem very motivated half the time, or like Ant-Man being like, I guess I'm gonna be a criminal again. You're like, didn't you just have a movie about this?
Yeah. Like, what about your daughter?
Did you love Captain Marvel and she's the best character ever?
I liked her. I don't know if she's the best character ever. She was fine.
The movie almost reminded me exactly how I felt about the first Guardians of the Galaxy, where of course, like, it's a good movie. Mm-hmm. It's enjoyable to watch, but I just kind of need like a little bit more. She was basically coming out of conditioning in the first movie, so we don't really know. Like she didn't really have any flaws to examine in that way. She just kind of had to shake off like the lies. So I think a lot could be done with her character. I was asking Griffin what her flaws are in the comics, and like it sounds a little Korra-esque, where she'll just like jump into action without thinking things through. Oh, and an alcoholic. And she also will
like Batwoman.
take off and leave. Oh my God, why can't Batwoman? I mean, we're getting to the TV show, so I guess we'll just see what CW does with it. But yeah, like there's a lot to explore. I just think she wasn't like quite there yet in this movie. So it was fine. It was good. It was fine. Yeah. I feel like I'm not a good feminist because I don't have more effusive feelings about it.
Well, the whole thing with the cat was funny.
The cat was great. And the hairball at the end was #relatable because Tris vomits hairballs.
Oh, does he?
Oh, yeah. Like, I give him hairball treats, so it's less frequently now, but he does the whole, like, like that noise thing. It just like stands and then boom, hairball. That was very relatable. I didn't expect the that to be the reason that Nick Fury lost his eye though.
Wait, like I barely like noticed he didn't have an eye patch, really, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, same.
Like, because it's just Samuel Jackson. I don't know. But then like I kind of realized that like a portion of the audience was probably like sitting on the edge of their seats waiting for him to lose his eye for the entire movie. So.
Could there have been a worse part written for him than Mace Windu? Like, really?
It was pretty bad.
Like, I just can't think of a part more misaligned to an actor. It's so bad. Except possibly Ramsey or Euron and whoever's playing Euron, because he looks cuddly and nice.
Euron and whoever's playing Euron. But his name sounds like a food. It's like pilau or something.
It sounds like a rice dish, I guess.
Yeah.
I just don't know how to pronounce it, really. I think of pilaf, aren't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. MCU is what the next Avengers is coming out like in
May.
Now-ish. Yeah.
So like apparently like tickets for pre-screenings are selling for like thousands of dollars.
Okay.
I don't understand it all because my brother-in-law, I guess that's what he is. He like tried for hours and hours to get tickets to pre-screenings. I'm just like, why don't you just wait a few days?
Yeah. I kind of want to see Shazam, which is out now, but it kind of looked funny. And it's set in Philly. Like, there's a point where he like flips over a SEPTA bus, and I was like, oh.
SEPTA! I miss SEPTA.
SEPTA, I know you.
I really miss about you living in Philly.
You missed me taking SEPTA?
Yeah, I miss you mentioning SEPTA, because every time you did, I was just like...
Well, I mean, I take the Metra and the L now. Is that not as exciting?
Oh, well, Angcho wants you to know that she picked up Batwoman after you and Griffin recommended it.
Really? That's amazing. Yeah. I just will keep recommending it to everyone. That's literally the reason we're together is all Batwoman. Because
what comics are you reading nowadays?
Oh God, I've actually fallen off with reading comics because I was just like getting overwhelmed by life, so I had to very narrowly pick a couple of TV shows. So it's just like whatever comedy or anime I'm watching. I do kind of want to pick back up with see what's going on in Detective Comics now. I'm still like a DC fangirl at heart, but I need to branch out a little bit. And then I kind of want to try out some of the Star Wars comics, which I know are Marvel, but I've heard very good things.
I'm finally reading that YA Leia novel, Leia Princess.
Oh my God, yeah. The Claudia Gray.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not Bloodlines, the YA one.
And I own both of them, and I just haven't read either of them.
Leia's so adorable. She like wants to rebel by going on humanitarian missions to rescue refugees. That's how she's rebelling from her parents.
Yeah, but to be honest, the next I think I might start reading manga of some of the anime I've been watching because there's like more stories than what is on. So like in particular, there's the one anime Black Lagoon. I like really want to read the manga. So that's comic-ish, right?
My son was reading a manga about Go a few years ago.
Your son?
I know about manga, yeah. Hikaru no Go. He was really into it. There's an anime too, and he started playing Go.
Yeah, I will be honest. Having a job where I actually work 40 hours a week is really bad for me keeping up with everything I used to be able to keep up with. So I like the work that I do. It's just I've had to not consume as much, and then unfortunately that's also meant Fundamentalist is like on an indefinite break until like you, me, and Gretchen can sit down at the same time.
Yeah, that might be a while.
Yeah. But for better or for worse, we're committed to Game of Thrones, and we're committed to our last season of retrospectives and our Carol Awards, and probably the Carol Awards of
Carol Carols. Yeah.
The Carol Carols, we should call it.
Carol of Carols. It's like the Booker of Bookers.
Yeah. I don't know why I keep. Oh, I need to flip my calendar. My friend gave me a Bob's Burgers calendar, which is very random because I haven't watched that show in a while, but it's on March, and I just need
still
to.
On? Is that still on?
I don't know. Actually, I've never. Bob's Burgers is a weird show where every time I watch it, I'm like, "This is funny. I'm enjoying it," but then I never seek it out.
Yeah.
So, who knows? Tris is also like full on taking a bath on top of my laptop right now. Like he's against the mic here, like there. He's just like having a little party. Like, you can see my mic shaking from this. God damn it. Tris, mommy loves you, but like...
Hi, Griffin.
Yeah, he can't hear you. I'm wearing earbuds.
I know.
Oh my god, there's just hair everywhere. Okay. Sorry, little man. Mommy loves you. Okay. He's been very needy lately. Okay. Sorry.
Because you like left him for 2 weekends in a row or something, right?
So Star Wars Episode 9 comes out this year. I like keep forgetting that.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's in November, December, whenever it comes out. And then Frozen 2.
You don't even have a title yet or anything.
Yeah, Frozen 2, Toy Story 4, and Detective Pikachu. Really?
Oh.
You went on my keyboard.
I can't believe Detective Pikachu is a thing.
I love it. That's hilarious. I think that's great.
I mean, it looks terrifying.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah. Kids are still into Pokemon. I have like 5 Pokemon posters.
Sorry, I'm looking through my asks.
They're still into Harry Potter, which is weird.
I have a lot of people messaging me about Emilia Clarke's aneurysm, and some people are like, "You're garbage and you're mean for ever saying her acting is bad." And other people are like, well, just because she had a stroke and an aneurysm, that doesn't make her acting good. I'm like, this is something I don't really want a hot take on. Like, I feel very bad for her that she went through that. That sounds really, really scary. And it's impressive that she did suck it up. At the same time, I think the direction is shit on this show. So, oh, I hope you don't mind if Caroline has seen Tumblr. Has she seen the poster of the photo of Sansa's shiny leather armor?
Yeah, we've talked about it.
He's not a fan.
Yeah, and they just like won't give up that necklace.
Oh my god, I know how I want Game of Thrones to end now.
How do you want it to end? She stabbed somebody with her necklace?
No, Lady Stoneheart.
Will Sansa be Lady Stoneheart?
I don't actually think she's gonna die. I really don't. Like, if I had to put money on it, I just think that's a little too much for them.
What, killing Sansa?
Yeah. If it happened, I wouldn't be like, oh my god.
Well, it seems like they're going to kill Tyrion, so...
Okay. Can I join? Benioff and Weiss's Star Wars is being set in the Old Republic. So, best case scenario, they just take from the game and we don't get much Benioff and Weiss thoughts.
Is that still, like, not dead?
It's still not dead, yeah.
I was hoping it'd be dead.
Oh, someone's asking me if Ariane's gonna die. Don't ask me that. Probably. I just don't want to talk about it, okay? And then there is this there's a post on A Song of Ice and Fire Reddit that was like, the show is actually a perfect adaptation if it's written from Cersei's point of view.
I mean, I wouldn't call it perfect even from that point of view, but okay.
Sansa's actually stupid and she has to learn how to be vicious and paranoid as a result of Cersei. She's a hyper-competent political genius who outclasses Tywin according to Tycho Nestoris. Tywin really was tough but fair and only resorted to extreme violence. Ned was a country bumpkin who was too stupid to play the Game of Thrones and honor got him cared. Marjorie is exactly a brilliant seductress.
Dornish are just exotic and oversexed.
Yes. But the only one that falls apart is like Tyrion's portrayal.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think we've said this before. It's just like really funny that someone summed it up like that.
Yeah.
I just keep thinking about Tycho Nestoris. Like
Becca Bravos is really, invested in the slave trade. That's my favorite detail from that episode.
I am going back and re-listening to like vintage UBS episodes, so basically our season 5 retrospectives. Mm-hmm. And there's so much I forgot about in season 5 that like how long did we spend like in that season? Like it felt months of our lives that we were just very heavily involved analyzing it. Like I totally forgot that Mel sexually harassed John in an elevator and was like, "Are you a virgin?"
That's just rude.
Mel, stop. I completely forgot that Ollie had a conversation with Sam about like, why is John doing this? Which
did you see all the Angry Hair Girls yet?
Yes, I did. He's fantastic. When James is like, will you be my buddy? Yeah, whatever. Here's a question. Why is Tyrion so whitewashed on the show? He was one of the favorite characters, even as immoral as he is, so it's not like they really needed him to be whitewashed in any way. And it's like, I don't honestly think they even know what they're doing. I think they just are like taken with him, so then they give him a sympathetic portrayal.
I mean, it's like his plot line is definitely written from his point of view.
Did you see the thing on International Women's Day where it showed like Cersei sitting on the throne and it was like, do it for her? I'm like, did Larry make this? Why? I'm actually really sad the OTP is done.
Oh, yeah?
Well, because when you go back and think about it, Larry spent season 5 and season 6 figuring out that he really wanted to commit to her and like be a father to the kids and all of that. And then most of season 7, they were still in lockstep with each other. He wasn't angry with her. He wasn't scared of her. He even told Olenna that she was going to like make this wonderful utopia after she won or something like that.
Yeah.
And then, you know, she had really bad pregnancy hormones for one night afternoon and she called him stupid and she like planned something without him. And it just blew it all up. Also, she gave him a blowjob with poison on her lips.
Remember when that happened? With Minnie Maid? I'm not sure if Minnie Maid was in that episode. I think that was, yeah.
Yeah, that was Minnie Maid. That's when she showed up.
Minnie Maid, who apparently has like a multi-season arc.
Bernadette?
That's really going to pay off.
Yeah, Bernadette.
Yeah, her name is Bernadette.
Yeah, she's the one that Shay threatened.
Yeah, and then she told on Shay.
Mm-hmm. It's like poetry.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Everything with Shay. Rewatching season 4 was like really, really interesting to me.
Yeah.
We're just babbling.
Do you want to call it a day?
We can call it a day. I feel bad. I like talking to you and I like talking Thrones, and I definitely am humbled that there are people that are willing to listen to us talk about this too.
Yeah, there's 6 of them.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You guys are the best. We will be printing up the bingo boards. Like maybe there's like an online generator or something that I can use. But if nothing else, I can create a few different kinds of the board, like randomize them or whatever. And then we'll post them. Maybe I'll make a post this week, just like kind of summing up, like, here's what you need to prep for Game of Thrones.
Tequila.
Tequila's good. Also, of course, our hot take on the sexism from season 7.
Yep.
What did I call it? It's like, yeah, Game of Thrones is still sexist. Oh my god.
Don't all guess at once. Now they need to read your essay about season 5, where you have that like and what is it called? Ambient sexism or whatever.
Ambivalent sexism. That's actually still on Tumblr. I never moved those over to Fundamentals, which is okay. I think I can link it from there.
Yeah, but you gotta read all about ambivalent sexism so you can understand our criticism.
I can't believe how much work I did on those essays.
Yeah.
Like every other day I was doing one. And while also writing, I was writing content for LOK Gifts and Musings too at the same time. All right, it's because I was doing it during work.
Yeah.
That's
what. I can't believe all the shit I wrote.
Yeah.
I'm like the slowest, most tortured writer ever. So
prolific.
Yeah.
Like look back at my fanfic now. It's like I really did all that.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. I just have the guilt that I can't produce things as much as I could, but
yeah,
it's all right.
Yeah. When was the last time I worked on Wedding and Sunspear?
Yeah, when's the next chapter coming? I still need to gift cap your one that you released.
Yeah, the last time I edited the doc was more than a month ago. So I've written one sentence, so technically I've started it.
Sorry, Tris, if you're gonna be here, I'm gonna trim your many toes. Sorry, he's a polydactyl. I feel like I've mentioned that before, but I don't know.
You have.
I found the one video online where he's mewing for dinner and I'm going, the line of succession. The proper progression. And he was saying, what's that mean?
Remember the meta players?
Remember Julia and Kylie in the extra scene? And Arya's like, why didn't you just leave then? That was so fucking good. I hope that's really my hope for this season. I did make that article, like, this could be watchable. Like, it's a battle. This isn't that complicated. But I do really hope it's at least funny. I found season 7 more boring than funny. Season 6 was like more funny than boring.
Okay, so we got a question. Gurm, I like calling him Gurm sometimes, said D&D asked for a Song of Ice and Fire's ending. Are you guys convinced that the books will end differently than the show? Yes. That it might be worth hiding under a cave from season 8 until the books come out?
We've
like, if you are a spoiler phobe, should you avoid season 8, I think is the question.
I'm gonna say no. They did ask Martin for what he did, but it's not like they seem to hold any reverence for what Martin's done.
And honestly, given what he said recently, it's quite possible, like, without any bad faith on his part, that the ending has changed. So
there's a very good chance that the same ass on the Iron Throne will be the same ass in the books. I think they might do that, but that's really about the most I could see them doing. They had Tyrion meet Dany because it creatively made sense to them. Like, they literally said they didn't think Martin made a good call at that. So I just don't see them, like, holding back from changing anything else they'd want to. And yeah, to Julia's point too, it sounds like Martin's like, oh, I thought of a twist and I think I'm gonna take it, but it's gonna make the show different. Ha ha ha. Yeah. It's like, take the twist, Martin. And I feel like it's also gonna be a thing where we might read the books and something will happen and we'll be like, oh that's what they were trying to do. But that's why we played Checklist or Aspel for a while, where it's like, I don't know.
I mean, they're too far. Like, they're too far in the future for us to play Checklist or Aspel anymore. So
yeah, but like, even some of those were just like, I mean, this could happen. Like, like the one spoiler of like Tyrion burns down King's Landing. Like,
that could definitely happen.
I could see Book Tyrion doing something horrible, thinking the ends justify the means like that. But I don't know. And yeah, I just. Then again, you're also asking two people who are like not spoiler phobic at all. Yeah. So even going into it, but there was a strong vocal segment of book fans that felt after Unbound, Unbent, Unbroken, this meant 100% Sansa is going to be raped in the books. And I'm like, I really don't think so. Like, maybe it's possible. Maybe. Yeah. I definitely don't have the extreme confidence.
I mean, I think it's quite clear they did not put her in that situation because of anything that happened in the books.
Like, they told us why they put her in the situations, because they had the subplot with Ramsay and they wanted it. Like, that's which book ending will they choose? You know, like, I could see them choosing it for Jon, but not for Tyrion. I don't know. I feel like they're so off the rails. Like, I don't even see how they could conform to a book ending. At most, you might get weird confirmations, like Jaime might kill Cersei, and then you could probably be like, you know what, that's probably the Valonqar thing in the book then. Or kind of like how we got that spoiler that Valyrian steel can kill a White Walker. Like,
you know, that's been very widely speculated for a long time.
But like, I don't think there's going to be the same Nissa or something like that. I don't even think we're going to get anything that remotely deep.
Yeah, well, they haven't mentioned Nissa at all, have they?
No, and I definitely don't think the Golden Company is going to suddenly like fight for the Lannisters at any point while being transported by the Greyjoys. Like, how? No.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess I'm just very dubious. Like, if they're willing to sub out Jane Poole for Sansa, what aren't they willing to change?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I know it's a good point. We like wrote it in our many essays. Oh God. Either way, you don't have to watch the episodes because we will be watching them and summarizing them on our Unabashed Book Snobbery podcast feeds.
Yeah.
Sheer Shinobi style. I need to get new jazz music to back it, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm excited.
I wrote an essay, a fanfic that was full of like Mencken references.
No? Full of what?
What's his face? The guy, the witty journalist guy.
Oh, Mencken. Yeah. It's a Mencken. Yeah, I didn't know what you were talking about. Yeah, I wrote like my weird political thriller.
Yeah.
That was a strange call, Kylie.
I learned so much though. Of you like finding those quotes.
Yeah. Yeah, because I read his On Democracy. I read his he's got a bunch.
Yeah.
And I mean, he was a snob and a half and like an elitist and horrible anti-Semite, racist, sexist. But some of his quotes are trenchant in today's context. In a way that he didn't intend, for sure. But yeah, it's interesting. He's not a problematic fave. He's just problematic. So I'll say that. However, his quotes made good use for Republic City. So there. Yeah. Maybe when all this is done, Julia, you and I will write a fix-it Game of Thrones fanfic.
That seems worthy of our time.
This show is just such a waste. It could have actually been like a good adaptation. I'm sorry, I'm examining Trish's toenails as I'm talking.
Could have been great.
Mm-hmm. They have enough budget for it. I just hope we get to see, you know. Oh, wait, is John going to dragon ride, do you think?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, that's why they were walking towards the two dragons.
But he's boring.
It hasn't stopped him from getting everything so far.
Everything's just so unearned.
Remember when they made him king after he failed?
Well, they didn't care if he was a bastard.
They didn't care if he was competent either.
They didn't care about a lot of things. Lyanna Mormont's going to save the day. She'll be in. I'm sure she will.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of almost want to make... I'm going to put as like an alternate suggestion Lyanna fan service.
I mean, you could have like the board not have everything that we wrote down in every board, whether when it's randomized. That's a thing you can do.
Well, so do we need to come up with more?
Well, I'm sure as they pop into our heads over the next week, we can just put them down.
They pop into our nogs.
Yeah, that's what they do.
All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in.
Oh, Julia, somebody is complimenting your photo recaps of Legend of Korra.
Oh my God! Yeah, I definitely hit a stride.
Boise Banerjee. That is who is doing that.
Thank you. I feel like I definitely hit my stride in book 3.
Yeah, when you had the whole like paleo juice thing.
Which was taken loosely from the Arlnauts and their depiction of Bane, where he's just this like paleo nut. And he's like very into it. And I just thought it was like a really funny motivation for Zahir, because like he's such an idiot.
They just want the Earth Queen to promote their brand of cold pressed juices.
And then, like, I didn't know what it was even about anymore, how you could tie it together. And then for some reason, my brain just went to Farm Bill and subsidies. So then they, like, sit down and talk about, like, the dangers of monocultured cropping. That was so good. The ones as season 4 were airing were okay, but looking back on them, it's, like, so cringy to read now. And then I really, really liked the episode, The Sting. That's the episode where it's just Asami and Mako. Like, it's Studio Pierrot, so it just, like, looks hilarious. And I remember I did that photo recap when I had a fever, like a really bad fever. And like looking back, it still holds up pretty well. Because the whole photo recap was just Asami going like, this wouldn't have happened if I had, you know, anyone on my legal team. Maybe I should be the CFO. Like, it's just her being so bad at business. Asami. I've actually gotten very inspired to like try to edit Seeking Sato a little bit, but I never have time to do anything. So I just have like a bunch of half ideas.
I getcha.
Yeah.
I tell you about the posters I have to mark, right?
But if you like my photo caps of Legend of Korra, you might like my gift caps of Julia's fanfic. And you should also definitely read Julia's fanfic. It's called A Wedding in
Don't read too quickly, because then you'll catch up really fast. And then
those gift caps are a work of art, though. I have them linked on my, like, if you go to gotgiftsandmusings.tumblr.com, it's like linked on my sidebar because I like them so much.
Oh, I asked you to do that because I like to reread them when I'm writing to get into a character's groove sometimes.
You know, I'm going to reread some of them, and maybe I'll get to gift capping you a little bit this weekend. Probably not. I can't promise
motivation
things.
to get these posters marked.
Yeah, Kylie recaps fanfic. These are so good. I mean, Bubblegum as Lori, I think, was like a really good connection to be making.
Oh yeah,
I miss Adventure Time now.
And Marin is Place.
Place.
Place. It's got a place.
Where do you have to bounce to? Amazing. Okay.
All right.
We actually have to call. Thank you so much, everyone, for stopping by.
Yeah.
And the biggest boards will be posted at some point, TBD, probably over the week. I'll do a post for everyone. And then tune in a week from tomorrow during the whatever time Game of Thrones airs. I guess it's 8 Central for me. Right? It's 9 p.m. Eastern, I think. And we'll be live.
We'll probably figure that out before next week.
We'll be live blogging away and having our reactions and all that jazz. So
super fun. We remember how to live blog, right?
A what?
Do we remember how to live blog?
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. Probably not. We'll figure it out.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank
Bye,
you so
everybody.
much.
Love you all.
Bye.
Bye.